Dear African fellow citizens, on February the 15th, 2025, the African Union begins a pivotal period, and I am ready to be one of its driving forces. I am Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, a diplomat for over 30 years, including close to 20 years as Djibouti Foreign Minister and International Cooperation. I have devoted my career to defending Africa's interests throughout the world. My active participation in African Union meetings and summits, as well as my numerous bilateral collaborations with almost all African states, has enabled me to understand the major challenges and opportunities facing our continent. I have also worked with multilateral organizations to strengthen Africa's position in the world. Through this experience, my conviction has been strengthened. Africa must become a united continent capable of overcoming obstacles and harnessing its potential to achieve the Africa we want, integrated, peaceful, and prosperous. Together, we can turn these challenges into opportunities and write a new chapter in our history. My priorities are peace and security. Peace is the foundation of all development. I'm committed to make sure that the Peace and Security Council decisions are implemented. I will also focus on the strengthening of the early warning mechanism and making regional standby forces operational. My goals are clear: silencing the guns by 2030 and build an Africa where security is tangible and lasting reality. With regard to governance and democracy, an Africa where democratic governance is the norm and based on transparent and inclusive institutions, I will work to strengthen the African peer review mechanism by supporting its institutional reforms and encouraging active citizen participation. I will devote myself to the task of making our regional economic communities the solid pillars of integration and development. With regard to economic integration, I believe in an economically integrated Africa by speeding up the implementation of the CFTA and developing cross-border infrastructure. I want to stimulate intra-Africa trade. I will also focus on the digital economy, renewable energies, and major projects such as transcontinental railway network in order to strengthen our global competitiveness. In the field of health and education, a bright future begins with healthy population benefiting from high-quality education. I am committed to promoting universal health coverage, strengthening CDC Africa to better combat health crises such as pandemics and chronic diseases, while developing medical research on the continent. In education, I will launch initiatives like the African Erasmus program to encourage exchanges and prepare our youth to meet the challenges of tomorrow. Climate and environment. Africa must be at the heart of solutions against the effects of climate change. I'm proposing an African Green Fund to finance the energy transition, support projects like the Great Green Wall, and also develop an African carbon market. We must make the most of our natural resources while protecting our ecosystem and biodiversity for the sake of future generations. With regard to youth and women, our youth and women are the key to the future. I will propose this decade, 2025-2035, the decade of youth, by focusing my efforts on education, vocational training, and insertion into the labor market. I will support women with concrete initiatives, such as a fund dedicated to women entrepreneurs, guarantee quotas for women in business, and promote better gender representation at all levels and take necessary measures against gender-based violence. With regard to diaspora, a force for development, I will strengthen the role of our diaspora, recognized as the sixth region of Africa, by creating and promoting their investments on the continent. And I will propose a special diaspora passport and organize annual forums to forge closer ties. With agriculture, agriculture is key to our food sovereignty. I will propose the modernization of rural infrastructures, support agricultural innovation, and promote the local transformation of our resources. Industries and innovation. I will support green industrialization and the creation of regional industrial clusters. With the label Made in Africa, I will promote our products across the world. With regard to cultural heritage, I will pursue the goal of promoting our heritage by protecting African languages, supporting artists, and launching a virtual museum for our cultural treasures. With regard to new technologies, I will advocate for the creation of technology hubs. I will work with member states to make the internet accessible everywhere on the continent. I will encourage innovation through funding for startups. In conclusion, I will say that Africa has everything it takes to succeed, but it needs dynamic experience and strong leadership, a clear vision and collective actions. Join me in building a united and prosperous Africa. Now is the time for action and unity.